I was working with athletes. I wanted to become the biggest name in sports marketing, and it didn't happen the way that I planned. I literally walked away from sports marketing because God told me to. Hi, my name is Shayla Fight. I'm a real estate agent and a future developer. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. When did I first discover that I wanted to become a real estate developer? Honestly, this wasn't my dream. I'll be honest with you. Like, I discovered it, but to get to this, I want to make a long story short, but it's not going to be like a short story. How I got to this point. So, for those who don't know me, I thought I was going to be in sports marketing. That was my goal. That was my dream. That's what I was doing. I was working with athletes. I wanted to become the biggest name in sports marketing, and it didn't happen the way that I planned. I literally walked away from sports marketing because God told me to. I listened, even though I didn't want to. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and He told me to leave Los Angeles, leave marketing behind, and go back to where I'm from, Columbus, Ohio, and become a leasing consultant. I had no clue what a leasing consultant was. I didn't know anything about property management. I didn't know I knew what a real estate agent was, of course. I really didn't understand what a real estate developer was. That industry just wasn't my passion. I knew nothing about it, and it was a very humbling experience. I went back to where I'm from and I slept on my best friend's couch for 6 months until I got my own place. I ended up getting a leasing consultant job, making $19 an hour, and and it was just very humbling. I couldn't understand at the time what God was doing, but I listened and I asked him like, "Hey, can I go back to Los Angeles?" And he granted me that. He allowed me to go back to Los Angeles. I was in Columbus for 14 months. This was back in 2019. He allowed me to go back to LA during COVID, and I wasn't allowed to do sports marketing. And leaving that was heartbreaking, but I had to follow God. It was like I had a job lined up, everything to be a proper, like I had worked my way into doing property management. I had got a job when I came back. When I came to LA, as soon as I got there 2 days later, they told me your job is gone. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I was like, LA was weird at the time during COVID. So I moved up to the Bay and I started doing property management up there. And another job fell through and I was like, okay, whatever. So I started doing Instacart. And while I was doing Instacart, I had three people stop me and was like, you should get into real estate. And I was like, oh, okay. Like when you dabble in, property management and leasing, you run into, real estate agents and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I was like, it seems like it's cool. It seems like it's something that I can do. I'm a natural at sales and negotiating. So I have no problem with that. But I was just like, man, like why does everybody keep saying to me become a real estate agent? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But the third person who actually told me I should be an agent, I was delivering her groceries and she was like, you know what? God really put it on my heart that you need to stop doing this. This season that you're in is going to be over and you need to be a real estate agent. So I left the Bay. My mom lived in Houston at the time and she was like, come to Houston. I think you'll like it. And at this time, I had been away from my mom for 10 years. And I was like, you know what? Let me move to Houston. And I did. I moved to Houston. I got a property management job when I was there and I got my real estate license. And from there, that is what took me on a quest to discover that I wanted to be a real estate developer. What steps am I taking to become a real estate developer? Well, step number one is I am educating myself. I am learning everything that I can do. I've been reading books and I'm just educating myself. I do plan on getting a mentor, but I'm letting everything happen naturally. I am actively looking for a mentor in the industry. I'm just letting it happen. I'm still new here, so I'm not like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and find someone. I'm really enjoying this journey because I'll never get this again. But educating myself is something that I am doing, but I am actively looking for a mentor that aligns with some of the goals that I have for myself. I wish to develop my own city. I want to develop my own city. I can't take credit for this. I'll be honest. I cannot take credit for wanting to develop my own city. Yes, it seems nice and cool, but it has nothing to do with me, and I'm not going to take credit. God actually gave me this vision even before me getting into real estate. It was probably 2016, 2017. And I told my girlfriend of mine at the time, I was like, I had this dream that like I developed this city. Now I didn't even use those kind of words, but now I have the language to be able to say that. But at the time, I saw these people welcoming me into this city. Well, at the time I didn't know it was a city, it was this land. And like now I understand that they wanted me to build on it. And I have just been on this journey to understand what this is. And I've been holding on to this dream that God gave me since like 2016, 2017. So even though I wasn't obedient to it in the beginning, now I'm actively working towards it. So my end goal is to build my own city. Who is a real estate agent I look up to? I haven't found them yet. I'll be honest, like I've been looking into a bunch of different developers, but I haven't found a person that I can say, you know what, I look up to this person. I follow their morals. I follow their belief system. I am I've bought into what they're selling. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I haven't found that person yet, I'll be honest. And I'm taking my time to really say that I look up to someone that's doing exactly what I want to do, who's in the field, who's killing it. I haven't found that person yet. I'm actively looking as I'm doing research, but I haven't found that person yet. The journey of becoming a real estate developer worth it? Yes, it is a journey. And before, if I was younger, I would be like, you know what, get me to the finish line. But now I am enjoying the journey of becoming a real estate developer because I know that it takes time. It's not something that you can just rush and then tomorrow you have exactly what you want. You get to learn every little piece of what it takes to one day develop a city or just develop a strip mall or just flip a house, whatever it may be. It's the small details. And I've just understood that it's so important to enjoy the journey than the finish line because once the finish line is over, it's over. But watching myself grow into the woman that I've always dreamed of, I get to see myself during that process and I really enjoy it. I know that I share my dream with you all today. But I want to encourage anyone. If you have a dream, I don't care how big it is, I don't care how small it is, pray about it. I was literally doing Instacart when God used people to tell me to get into real estate. Am I a big time developer? Absolutely not. Not yet. But I'm here. If you would have asked me leaving marketing, doing Instacart, going into real estate, that I would be able to help people buy and sell homes. And now I'm on my journey to become a developer. I don't think I would have believed you. And I believe in anything, but I just didn't see this for myself. But because I had a dream, but because I did not give up and I choose to keep moving forward in this path, I mean, it's amazing. If you have a dream, no matter how big or small it is, go after it and pray on it because it will come true.